how I got the shot. Maroon 5 and the Jet. All right, so I met Adam and the guys way back when, long before they had a record deal, when their band was called Cars Flowers. And they used to play with a couple of other bands that I was also friends with. So this is one of their early tours, and I don't know who they were opening for, but they were not headlining yet. Maybe Jessica Simpson, maybe John Mayer. My inspiration for the shot was this legendary Bob Gruen photo of Led Zeppelin. This wasn't too long after 9/11, and security around airplanes and airports was at an all-time high. And I hustled. I worked for a week straight, and I called jet charter companies. They said no. I called airlines. They said no. I called airfields. They said no. And I begged and I pleaded, and I tried Burbank Airport and Van Nuys Airport and LAX, and everyone told me to go F myself. And then finally, I was almost ready to give up. I called the security at Long Beach Airport, and the guy told me no. And then just as we're getting ready to hang up, he says, hang on a second, that band Maroon 5, is there a kid named Madden in it? And I said, yeah, it's the bass player, this guy. Oh, yeah, that guy's dad's a friend of mine. You guys can come down here and shoot. So I'm like, hallelujah, okay. So I love those guys, and I think they like me okay, but they were tired. They had just come back from a brutal tour. They were wiped out. And they landed, and it was a 115-degree, smoggy, miserable, burning hot day, and nobody wanted to be on a hot tarmac. So their manager just said, listen, Scott, you have like an hour max. Knock it out. So I get a motorhome there to, get the guys cleaned up as best we could. And it was the middle of the day, so I knew the light was just going to be overhead and brutal, and the sky was going to be brown and white in the background. And I did not have time for a big, sophisticated lighting setup. So technically, I had 3 light sources. I had an Ellen Chrome Octabank, which is a large octagonal, very soft light source. That was here at camera right. On camera left, I had a giant, huge gold reflector, like a big V-flat with gold mylar in it. And then we had the sun coming in. There's a technique called day for night, and I won't go into all the details of it, but if you overpower daylight by X number of stops, what will happen is the background will start falling off and get darker and darker and darker. And I didn't want it to look like light, but I wanted that rich sapphire blue sky. So what I did was I pounded them with light from the Octa and then started reducing the shutter speed. And you don't have to worry about things blurring with a slow shutter speed when you're shooting flash, because the flash will freeze the motion. You keep dragging the shutter until you get an exposure that looks good to the eye, and that's what happened here.